Welcome back to MMAOddsBreaker. Today we have Josh Quayhagen getting ready to fight Josh Soriano coming up here on Legacy Fighting Championships 48. This one's in the Golden Nugget Hotel Casino in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So it's going to be a little different venue for Legacy. They seem to be moving around quite a bit. Have you noticed anything lately with Legacy because their moves? Like they used to be only in the Houston area, then they started moving up to Dallas quite a bit. Now they're kind of all over. Like they're getting a lot of different spaces.
Yeah, man, I've noticed for sure. You kind of see that, and I definitely think it's an organization on the come up. It's getting good fighters, better fighters. It's kind of got that relationship with the UFC, up and down, back and forth guys. So I think it's kind of appealing for a lot of guys. A lot of really good guys who might not want to go to a Bellator or something like that. Try to get locked into a little bit more structured of a contract. So I think the idea of it is awesome, and I think it's going to do well and continue to do well.
Well, you had a really good fight last time with Legacy. You had a good split decision victory over Anthony Joshua. What did you take away from that fight?
Man, last time I talked to you, I was kind of same spot, getting ready for a fight, man, and I was in a good place. Felt like I was, learning and growing, and dealt with the ups and downs of fighting, and afterwards, to be honest, that's the biggest thing I think I took away from it was, I was in a good place. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of things I want to work on, a lot of mistakes I made, a lot of things that I took away physically and training-wise. But for the most part, kind of spiritually and mentally, I really felt like I was in a good place. And after the fight, I was in that same place, kind of growing and humbled by the whole experience, but ready to do it again, man. I feel like I love the battle. I love the test, and it's making me a better man, to be honest. It's just it's where I'm at today, I think.
That fight, you were picked as a severe underdog going in there. You ended up winning a split decision victory. So you had one judge that went the other way. Yeah. What do you think you had to do more in that fight to make that judge agree with you to make it unanimous?
A ton. If you go into really technical things, that you can always get better in a lot of aspects. Felt like I got some points for being aggressive, moving forward, getting some takedowns. Wrestling I can always get better at for sure. But for the most part, maybe be a little bit more confident later. He kind of got in his range a little bit, and I kind of got comfortable in that point style. I don't know if you're in the point style range, where we're kind of nicking and maybe looking and fishing for a good bomb. But for the most part, just kind of trying to point each other. And I wish I would have pushed forward a little bit more and go be a little bit more, not aggressive, but put more pressure on. And fought with a little bit more confidence. Move forward. I like to counterpunch, but even find out I do it best and most effective when I'm keeping pressure forward rather than kind of tiptoeing and fighting from range and circling and that sort of stuff. So I wish I would have done that more. But other than that, I don't think about the other judge much. I just think about how I could have got better, and happy to get away with the win. Definitely could have went the other way, but I felt like I deserved the win. It was close for sure, but I did feel like I was happy with it, but would have been content the other way too.
So what's going to happen with Soriano then? Break him down as a fighter, and how do you see this fight coming out?
Man, he's another good one, man. I'm really excited about this. I like to boast of my weakness type mentality. He's a guy coming from the UFC, only lost in the UFC. Outstanding striker, fights out of the Black Zillions, I believe. And just another good test, a guy that is impressive to me, a guy where I think on the outside in, I think I'm an underdog, I guess is the best way to say it, and I like to be there, man, especially with a guy that'll strike and kind of not get into the wrestling game. It's more, I've worked some takedowns, in fact, with Injaquani, and I like the idea of almost, as a striker, almost a tackle. I like to tackle, get and strike a little bit, and then get back up. I want to strike again. And everybody's got their own way, but this is a guy that I believe that we can do that with. He's going to want to strike. I'm going to want to strike. You definitely mix in some takedowns in the ground game too, but I think this is going to be a guy where I get to test what I love to do and strike. And so that's what's fun. He's really good, and so again, I'm another underdog.
Yeah, you are in this one. You are another underdog in this one. But you seem to be doing all right. From a betting standpoint, you seem to be, when you're the underdog, you seem to be coming through.
I like to be in that position for sure.
Yeah, you make a lot of people a lot of money. That's for sure. So, yeah. Well, Josh, thanks so much for coming on here and spending a couple of minutes with us here at MMA Oddsbreaker. Last question before I let you out of here. With a victory over Soriano, what do you think it puts you Is it time, will the UFC come calling here pretty quickly? Do you think it's going to be a couple more fights before that happens? And what's going to happen in Legacy?
You know, and I get asked that question the most. I think what's next, and I don't really want to make a plan. I don't want to have too much. This happens. This is going to happen. I'm going to live in the moment. I'm going to enjoy that I get to fight this time, and you know, I got other things too in life that could go the other way. You know, I want to serve. I want to love. I want to risk. I want to walk through fear. You know, I want to overcome things like that. And you know, the UFC. I hope they call soon. I'm not saying anything other than that, man. But life for me could be doing anything afterwards, and then I'm just excited about that adventure. And hopefully, it's another fight, man. And you know, I got aspirations in MMA. But man, I'll take any battle that I think God puts in front of me, you know. And sometimes there's much more intense things in this world than getting in a cage and doing what I love to do. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Thanks so much, Josh. I really appreciate it. It's always a great pleasure to talk to you. Good luck in this next fight. We'll definitely be talking again soon.
Appreciate it, brother. It's good to see you, Frank.